Okay, I think we're here. I think we're here. Law and
You
Disorder.
think so?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know. You never know with this show. You just don't know. What's up, everybody?
Anything could happen. Hey guys.
Law and Disorder coming at you from home. We're back at home.
Our humble abodes.
We are we are back in our homes.
Our home for now.
I'm not gonna blame this one on COVID. I'm just blaming this. I got stuff to do, so I had to do it from home. I didn't have a choice.
But we can blame it a little bit on COVID.
Yeah.
We can blame it a little bit because
So
we live in Texas, and we'll go over this in the episode. But COVID's getting a little bad again.
yeah, Rona's making her comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Don't call it a comeback. She's been here for years. That's an LL Cool J line, by the way. You don't know who LL Cool J is, do you?
You're talking the wrong.
I'm talking to the
sister
wrong
over
person. So we got an app called Station Head where you can listen to our show live. And so the people on Station Head, this is episode number 2 for these guys. And I'm pretty sure they're like, who are these people? We sound really good on there, by the way. So there's a
yay.
funky little app called Station Head. You can hear us on if you have an iPhone or iOS device, basically. But Station Head plays for people who have Apple Music and Spotify Premium, not the free one. So shout out to those guys. Check us out on Station Head. And yeah, here we are. We're live in all of our entities, which we have plenty now at this point. For those of you watching, you can see us on YouTube, 2 YouTubes, and 2 YouTubes, 2 Facebooks. Oh, cool! I just realized that I cut my head out. I put the Young Ideas dish thing to cut me out of our picture in picture. So shout out to Young Ideas. Let's say hi to the sponsors. Shout out to those guys. You just cut me out, so I'm gonna move you guys real quick. So Young Ideas, Dish, East Texas Championship Wrestling, Ace Remodeling, KenyaLandTheHand.org, Wavespace Audio for providing the music for us. So now I'm gonna play with this for a second and see if I'm back. Like, can you see me? Yeah, cool. Now you can see me. Now America can see me.
Yes. I
So.
want to see your beautiful face, Sergio.
Oh yeah, I got a haircut, dude. My
It looks very nice.
Bam! I got my
Yes.
little high fade. I've been shaving. I've been looking like an adult, like a human being. I've been wearing like slacks to work. Like, it's like a whole thing. Yeah, it's not a transformation because I'm at home doing a podcast. It's not a complete transformation.
I'm not gonna lie. I wore jeans the other day just for the heck of it. I haven't worn jeans since March, maybe since I stopped going into the office, and it felt weird. Like, they felt constricting, they felt too tight, even though I haven't gained weight or anything. They fit exactly the same, but my legs are just like, ew. Where are the Nike shorts? Where are the sweatpants?
I guess
Where
that
are the
was the
pajama
first question I
bottoms?
had for you, because they say that people are so used to wearing like sweatpants and stuff that when they put on pants, like, they find out really what kind of weight they've gained and like, oh, these pants don't fit me anymore.
No, I haven't gained any weight. I mean, I think I fluctuate around a pound or so, but
Okay.
no, all my pants still fit. It's just, it felt weird because everything I wear, at least from the bottom down, because we just had summer. I've been wearing Nike shorts all summer. That's all I've worn. And now that it's finally getting a little cooler, I've taken out some of my sweatpants, which are still cotton and baggy, and then I wear pajama bottoms or leggings, which are cotton and stretchy and soft. So I'm not used to the jeans. I'm really not.
You're used to things that are forgiving.
Things that are soft, and jeans are not soft. They're jeans.
You call them soft. I call them forgiving.
What's forgiving?
Like, they're forgiving. Like, they stretch a little bit. They forgive.
They're stretchy.
They forgive.
Oh, okay.
They forgive a little bit.
They let loose a little bit.
Exactly. So we're here. Rona did not put us here. We were actually going to go back to the game store today. Shout out to the local game store. We didn't mention them.
Mm-hmm.
No, we were actually going to go back to the game store today. Something came up on my schedule, so we're like, okay, let's do it from home. And then once I got it set up from home, I'm like, okay, now I remember why I enjoy doing it from home, because I'm at home. I don't have to go anywhere. But then I remember
You
I'm
might
at home.
not even have pants on at all. We don't know.
You know, I actually have shorts on, thank you very much, but they're like basketball shorts. I'm not like
I'm sure you do. But you know, we leave it up to the imagination.
I'm wearing basketball shorts. I'm not like in my underwear, even though that did cross my mind. But then I was worried that I might have to get up to adjust something, and then you guys would see me in my underwear. So I was like, no, I better not do that. Not a good idea.
Well, in case you're wondering, I'm wearing pants too.
Okay.
So
Well, I would hope
good.
you would be wearing pants. That'd be the most, I don't know, it'd be a pretty awkward show. If we both knew that we weren't wearing pants, it'd be an awkward show. I'm not going to lie to you.
It would be awkward.
It would be kind of weird. So I love you.
I don't know. I
that's
don't know
kinda
what
weird.
I would say the next time I saw you in person. Like, what's up?
Sup, no pant wearing mofo. So, okay, we're here. We're doing a show. I literally just lost your. There you are. I lost you for a second.
Mind our technical difficulties. We don't have the best connections at our house. We're trying.
I actually
Forgive
have
us.
I actually have a pretty good connection in my house. So, okay, I guess let's hit the ground running because we had an election. The last show we did 2 weeks ago was the Sunday before the election, 2 days before the election. And here we are 2 weeks later, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 weeks later. And I guess we still don't have a president. Like, do we have?
Yes,
Or an
we have
elected-
a president. We have a president elect.
Do we have? I mean, I know, but President Trump has yet to concede, and I mean, he doesn't have to, but it's just like one of those things where, I don't know. It's just like people with common sense are declaring him the president elect, but then there's a whole group of people that are like, no, he's not my president. So,
Well, you have to look at Trump and you have to look at who he is, and you know, based on his history, his personality, of course he's going to say that. He's not going to go down without a fight. I don't want to call him a sore loser or anything like that, but he doesn't go down without a fight. Everything's a conspiracy. Everything is against him. All that jazz. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. There is a new presidential elect, and that's what's going to happen. So, I mean, at this point, if I was the president, I would want to end my term with dignity and grace. Not something I see moving forward, but that's why. And he has a whole group of followers still. Obviously, half the country still voted for him.
dude, he
and
did. He had a bunch of people vote for him, and I mean, President-elect Biden. I think he broke records with the number of people that voted for him, but I think more people voted for President Trump than they did last time, right? I think that's what I read.
I don't remember the statistics for the popular votes.
I think
Are you talking about popular votes?
Popular votes,
or
yeah.
The electoral college
No, popular votes. It was the most popular votes ever received by a candidate for President Biden, but I believe President Trump got more votes this time than he did in 2016. Popular votes. So, yeah, shout out to him. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people that believe in him and whatever he's talking about, and that's great. I mean, it's disheartening at the same time because some of the stuff he talks about, I don't think is very good for the country as a whole. There's always been a minority of people that are a little, you know, they have different views about the government. But I guess I didn't realize there were that many people. I didn't realize it was like half the country. So,
it was a very close race. I feel like the country is very split down the middle.
yeah.
I honestly didn't know who was going to win. I really didn't. It was too close.
It was too close to call.
I was just along for the ride.
But, you know, yeah, shout out to the president and vice president. We have the first female vice president, and she's also a minority. Like, she's checking off a couple of things all at once. Just like, bing, bing, bing. Because she's African-American, but then she's also
South Asian.
South Asian or something. Yeah, I'm not even going to try and butcher all that. But yeah, she checked off a couple of things there. So kudos to her.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So, okay. So we saw her first speech, you know, when that night, Saturday night, whenever they declared him the winner. Did you watch the speech? Have you seen it?
No.
Okay.
I don't watch TV.
So I was at home watching it, drinking beer, of course. And Myrna was really like emotional about it. And then they showed like all these women in the crowd and these little girls, and like, I guess I guess I didn't think about that angle. There's been so many things going on, from the presidential candidates. I didn't even think about like the significance of her. Like, it's pretty significant. Like, if you're a little girl and you're watching this woman, you know, winning her vice presidency, that's a pretty big thing. I mean, that's the biggest office a female has held in America. You know, and she's one step away from holding it all. That's kind of cool. I mean, not for anything bad to happen to President Biden, but it's just like, okay, you're like the next closest person to get it. It's on you, buddy. That's kind of cool.
Hmm. It's just that, it's literally 2020 and we just now have a female vice president, still have never had a female president. Um, and there are just other things that, females have to deal with in regards to legislation and stuff like that. And it just flabbergasts me because, like I mentioned, it's 2020. It is not 1965. Why is this still such a big deal? Why is it such a big issue? And it shouldn't be, but it's sad that it is. But it's a great first step, and I hope we can move forward. And I hope her being in this position will inspire, lawmakers and legislators in Congress to change things for certain things. And by that I mean, like, have you heard of the pink tax?
No. Go ahead and tell me
So
about the pink tax.
I don't remember the actual legislative term, but there's this thing called a pink tax where certain feminine products, and I don't mean that feminine product, which it is, but like all feminine products in general, when there's a male equivalent, if you buy the female version, there's a higher tax on it. So for example, razors. Everyone uses razors, right? Whether you're
Mm-hmm.
male or female, you can use a razor. The female razors are taxed at a higher rate than the male razors.
They are?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Why? What's the logic
Yeah,
behind that?
because it's pink. It's called the pink tax.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Same thing, and like I mentioned, feminine products. Obviously, men don't use feminine products, and biologically they don't need them. But those items are still taxed at a higher rate than items that everyone uses. We all use toothpaste, we all use toothbrushes,
Mm-hmm.
and even though only women only need feminine products, why are those items taxed higher? Doesn't make any sense. They're needed, they're required. We can't live without them, but yet they're taxed at a higher rate.
I literally did not know that. This is the first time I've heard of that. Now, okay, going to the pink razor thing. Myrna tends to use mine, and the logic is that the men's razors tend to be better than the women's razors. Is that something you can confirm? Like, have you ever used a man's razor?
Well, full disclosure, I buy men's razors. I don't buy women's razors anymore after I learned about this. The only difference I've noticed between them is that men's razors, I think there are more like options in regards to like handles and how many blades are on them. But I think if you just have more blades in your razor, they work better. Women's razors tend to have less blades. So like most of the women's razors I see have like 3 to 4 blades. If you want it like a good shave, the cheapo depot ones are like 2 blades.
See,
But then men's razors typically always have 4 to 5 to start out with. From what I've seen, I get that men are using them face, and you have to be gentle to your face. But I have to use razors in some pretty delicate areas too. So I want 5 blades.
I guess my whole thing is that, I mean, men generally have like more coarse hair. Like, facial hair tends to be pretty coarse, and I think that's because of like, I think some of that happens with time. Like, the more you shave, like, I don't know. I think there's a science to that. Statistically, I assume that men shave more in their life than women do, as far as like the same area over and over again. Like, I assume I will shave more in my life than you will shave in your life. Safe to say?
I mean,
Like the same area.
So.
You don't think? No? Because I'm thinking that maybe there's something.
I've been shaving my armpits for as long as I can remember, Sergio. Okay?
I don't know.
Since I hit puberty, I have shaved my underarms.
I'm just saying that
and
maybe.
my legs. Like, I just have to shave my legs.
I'm saying that maybe because our hair is more coarse, the blades are designed differently. So I guess there's stronger blades or maybe sharper blades or something to where they cut better. I don't know. I'm just.
The hair on our legs and our underarms gets coarse as well. You know, the more you shave it, it grows in thicker. That's what happens with women. So we deal with the same thing. It's just maybe a larger area, surface area.
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out the logic behind this. Okay, I didn't even intend to talk about.
It's men trying to control women.
I didn't intend to talk about shaving, or lack thereof or whatever.
Sorry. I mean, I didn't either, but the pink tax is ultimately just a tax on products, so certain companies can make more money, and those companies are run by men.
And you've been shaving your underarm since like 13?
I can't remember the exact age, but I want to say I started in high school. Yes.
That just, I don't know. I guess I can't. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around that.
Ask Myrna.
Like
when we're done with
I'm
this
like, how long have I had hair under my underarms?
What she says.
I mean, I know I have hair under my underarms, but how long have I had hair there? I'm trying to visualize how long that's been. Like my face, yeah, I know that. Like my back, that only started in like the last 10 years. That's one of those things that sucks when you get older. So, you know.
I don't need to know where all your hair is. You can keep that to yourself.
Pretty much anywhere from here down, there's hair. It's just, you know, the only one I take care of is the one on my face, and I barely do that.
Okay, Mr. Yeti.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Okay, so what are we talking about? What we got? Did I lose you? I totally lost you, didn't I? Did I lose you?
Do you hear me?
I hear you now. Gotta love remote distance.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever we're doing here. Okay, which topic are we talking about first? What do you want me to pull up first?
I guess the million COVID cases in Texas.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations, Texas. We were the first state to do it, right? And then California?
Yay, come on.
Like, we beat California. We got there first. Mm-hmm. So, let's go with it, Caitlin. I got the graphic up for the peoples.
I think we have more cases than the entire country of Italy combined.
In Texas? Hey, what's funny is that the first advertisement that came up is for Harry's razors, by the way.
That's funny.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have more COVID cases in Texas now than Italy has had. You know how Italy was like the first country to have one of the major outbreaks, and it was a really bad hot spot at the very beginning. We have more cases than Italy. I think we're hitting over 100,000 cases a day this past week. Is that what you said?
Yeah, last week. Well, in America, the record was 100,000 new cases, and we broke that record last week. I think it was last Thursday, and then we've reset the record at least twice just this week. We were at 150,000 new cases, I think, on Thursday. But I believe yesterday they reported 180,000 new cases. So we are just like, because they do say that. They say like, okay, once it, like, from a standard spreading standpoint of one person turns to two people turns to four. Okay, once you get to 100,000, 100,000 is going to turn to 200,000. You know, it's going to double. And when there are more people infected, that number is going to double. Like when you get to 100,000, it's only going to go to like 150, 200, 250, 300. Like this number is not getting smaller, and it's not increasing. Like once you hit 100,000, you really can't. It's like, it's not going to increase, 1%, 2%. It's going to increase 20, 30, 40%. And that's the thing that people aren't really realizing until we get to these crazy numbers. Now they're like, oh crap, we really are in a spot, because we are Dallas County. I work in Dallas County. You live in Dallas County. 94% occupancy in the hospitals right now.
Yep.
94%. Can you wrap your head around that? Like,
yeah.
Can people
basically just imagine a hospital and every bed is taken?
In El Paso, Texas, they are getting refrigerated trucks brought in as a mobile morgues. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. We could spend all day talking about this, which I really don't want to, because it's quite alarming.
I mean, it is alarming, and they knew this. I mean, everyone from the CDC and Dr. Fauci, like, they said this was going to happen. Because generally, this is general flu season. Um, People get sicker this time of year in
Hmm.
general every year. It doesn't help that that adds to COVID, and people are still going to, be traveling for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and people are going to still be seeing their families, even though they're really suggesting you do not do that.
Mm-mm.
But it's almost inevitable. I mean, people aren't going to stop their lives for COVID, and I'm not saying I want everyone to like hit pause on their life and never leave your house. I mean, it sucks, but
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the year to really get the creative juices flowing. But a lot of people don't want to do that, and it really sucks. And because hospitals are at 94%, those of us who aren't sick need to make sure we don't get sick, because if we get sick here, like if you or I got sick in the next week or two, and the hospital's just already at 94% capacity, we're kind of screwed. Like, where are we supposed to go if all these other people are filling up the hospitals? What am I supposed to do?
Well,
What if I need hospitalization?
and it's not even if you get sick. Here's a good example because we're in this time of year. I put up my Christmas lights. I slip off the roof. Bam, I fall. I break my leg.
Yeah.
I got to go to the doctor. I got to go to the hospital. If it happens on a Sunday, like today, I fall off the roof, God forbid, break my leg. People do it all the time. People fall off a roof and break their leg, break an arm, whatever, all the time. Common injury. Right now, you got people on their roofs because they're putting lights up. Okay, so now I get to go to the hospital. And what does that do for me? Like, I'm not going in for COVID, but there's a good chance I'm going to walk out with COVID because now I'm in a confined area with all these people that have COVID. And all I needed to do was get, I needed, whatchamacallit?
A cast.
A cast. Yeah, I needed a cast and some painkillers. I could have been on my way. So people got to think about those kinds of things. Or you hear about like all these weird like cooking incidences that happen during Thanksgiving where people like, they blow up the turkey because they're frying it the wrong way, all that stuff. It's like, yeah, just common household injuries will happen. And what do you do then? Where do you go? Like, you almost have to have like a hospital in every major city. It's like, okay, this hospital is for nothing but people who have non-COVID related injuries, incidences. It's like, and you coming in here, you're only here because you're about to have a baby, you broke your leg, you broke your arm, your girlfriend stabbed you, whatever. I mean, they might need to consider that. They might need to say like, hey, we're going to have a facility just for these people.
Well, let's just say that that can happen. Like, if they're able to build and staff and license a hospital while COVID was still bad, with the amount of cases popping up every day, I think Texas has 10,000 cases a day or more alone, which is 10% of the entire country's. They're going to take that hospital and say, oh, we know you're for emergencies and accidents, but we have so many COVID cases, we're going to have to take it over.
Mm-hmm.
This COVID case is an emergency. That COVID case is an emergency. That's what's going to happen. So there's like, I don't know.
But yeah, like unless you're in an absolute bubble and you're not leaving your house and you're not cooking and you're not doing anything, like unless you're doing everything humanly possible to not injure yourself to have to go to the hospital, like you're susceptible. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the reason it's hitting up north first, because it's cold up north. Everybody's going inside now. Everybody's dining inside. Everybody's doing everything inside now. So now you're in an enclosed area, which is what they've told us from day one to not do. And they did warn us that this would happen. And that's probably the most frustrating thing about all of this is that they told us. Dr. Fauci told us this. He told us this in May.
Yep.
When everything started opening back up, he said, okay, everybody, get ready. Do what you got to do, but get ready and understand that you're going to have to hunker down again at some point if we don't follow certain guidelines. And guess what? We're here. We are procrastinating. And it's not just us. It literally is like everybody. It's everybody in the world. And it's even in the countries that contained it the first time. So that's the thing that really like is brain rattling is like the countries that had it contained the first time are having this happen. What do you think is going to happen to America that never contained it? We technically have never contained it.
No. Nope.
Like, what did you think was going to happen? Really, what did you think was going to happen?
that it would just magically go away and disappear. Whoa, yay.
No, that's not how it
Woo.
works.
No.
I know that Americans think that Americans think, I mean, I'm American, so I can say this because I'm American. We think it's somebody else's problem. Somebody will take care of it. We've
Yeah.
always thought that. We've always, with a billion different things, global warming and all that stuff. Oh, well, somebody will take care of it. Somebody will do it for us. Yeah, cool.
Oh, it won't affect me. I'm immune, or I'm immortal. This can't happen to me.
Yeah, it happens in
people,
poor
not
it
me.
happens in poor countries.
Yeah.
You know, we're too
This is
advanced.
America.
Yeah, we're too advanced. No, we're not too advanced. We're just like that. I mean, in case anybody hasn't figured this out, with people that are dying, celebrities and wealthy people, it affects everybody. It don't care. Coronavirus don't care. Rona don't care about y'all. Just don't care about your money. It might prolong your life. It might not make your case as bad, but it still hits you. You still got it. You know, you're still susceptible to it.
Yep. Germs don't discriminate.
No,
They don't care.
Germs do not discriminate.
They're the ultimate. They're the ultimate speaker of equality, right there.
Germs.
Germ. Everyone's equal in their eyes.
Germs are equal. I like that one. I like that one. The ultimate. Yeah, the ultimate whatever. I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
What else?
Speaker of equality.
What am I looking at now? I'm sliding through some of these articles here.
There's one I provided from BBC News.
Ah, there she is.
How they predicted that COVID was going to be, obviously very bad this fall and winter, but they're also predicting that by next winter, as long as the vaccine gets out soon and works, we should be looking at almost to 100% normal life by this time next year.
Wow.
Yeah, there are a lot of vaccines in the works. I think if anyone's been following the news, there's one that looks very promising from the company Pfizer. Let's see what it says. They have preliminary analysis show their vaccine could prevent more than 90% of people from getting COVID-19. They did this test on about 43,000 people, so a very big, test group. And they're really confident that it's going to work. So if they can get, I think they mentioned 300 million people vaccinated by next summer, that would put a huge dent in this pandemic, and it would really start to actually contain the virus. But that only works if 300 million people get this vaccine.
And that's,
and that's the world. That's not America.
Okay.
There's 300 million people in America. That's across the globe.
Okay, that was my first question. I'm like, do we have to, I mean, they're talking about us? Or they're talking about globally?
Across the globe, yes.
And you have to have them, I mean, you pretty much have to hit every part of the world and hit a percentage of that, right? To actually contain it. Like, you can't just say, like, oh, we're going to skip over Russia. Like, you got to get them. Like, you got to get everybody in every region for the most part. Every background. You got to go to the places where people don't go. Like, you got to go to the Amazon where, like, people don't go because it's still, ancient tribal people. Like, you got to go to the remote parts. That's kind of interesting. For some reason, I thought it was 300. I thought they just meant America. I didn't realize that they were like, oh, we have to 300 million globally. That doesn't sound that bad. I mean, there's 6 billion of us now, 7 billion of us.
7 billion around the world. Yes.
That's not too bad. That's less than 10%.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's not possible because there are 7 billion people in the world, but 300 million is still a huge number. And I used to work in pharmaceuticals, so I kind of have an idea about how this is going to play out. Let's say the vaccine works perfectly, it keeps you from getting the virus, blah, blah, blah. Awesome. There's going to be such a high demand for it, and there's not going to be enough produced right away. I already foresee a huge back order on the vaccine, because think about it, it's not just producing the vaccine. You have to produce the needles, the syringes, the packaging. Like, there's going to be a manufacturer supply or demand that's going to be low in supply. Not anyone's fault, but when you have a surge of demand on anything, I mean, look what happened with toilet paper. Like, this is what's going to happen with the vaccine. So if
I'm going to have to
remember,
I'm gonna have to take matters into my own hands when it like comes to hygiene. What like?
No, no. But if y'all remember, what, 10, 15 years ago, we had the big shortage on flu vaccines, and they were reserving them for the elderly and like the extremely ill only. I think that's what it's gonna kind of look like at first. Like they're gonna give these vaccines to people who have physical illnesses, to the elderly first, and then slowly spread them to the rest of the population as the demand goes down. That's going to be very high demand from the get-go, and there's only so much they can make at a time. So it's still going to be stressful. I mean, I would love the vaccine, but I know I'm not going to get one right away. Not because I don't want one. I'm not going to be able to get to one.
I do not want the vaccine, and here's why. You did pharmaceutical sales, correct? Mm-hmm. When a new drug comes out, isn't the testing period generally about 18 months?
It depends on the product.
But generally speaking, isn't it usually more than just a couple of months? It's usually like a year, 18 months, something, right?
Yes, and especially with vaccines only the testing and trial period of like 18 months.
Okay, so mathematically we haven't had enough time.
But that's also when vaccines were being created for diseases that weren't causing a pandemic. Obviously, these vaccines help with, like tetanus shots and things like that, things we need, but there wasn't a pandemic going on. So it's not like, oh my God, we have to have this figured out tomorrow or more hundreds of thousands of people will die. But I mean, look, like in the 1950s, we had polio. They came out with the polio vaccine pretty quickly. Saved a bunch of children's lives.
I guess my whole thing is that I don't think that there have been enough tests. I mean, yeah, it works. We get that it works, but like, what does it do to you? Like, what does it do to you long term? My whole thing is that I don't want to be that dude. I don't have enough hair to begin with, really, on my head, and I really don't want it to just fall out. I don't want a year down the road, they're like, oh, well, the vaccine caused hair loss. It caused blindness. I'm half blind to begin with. It could cause like losing of hearing. Cool. I'm half deaf. Like there's a lot of things I'm already like almost done with in my life that I've already utilized my natural resource. I just don't want to like lose that because I decided to not get COVID. I'm kind of like, okay, maybe I'll just lock myself in the house and I'll avoid COVID. And then once I see what it does to everybody, then I'm like, okay, cool. Like, my teeth fell out. Can I live without teeth? Maybe I'll do the vaccine. Like there's just, I want to be able to see what it does. I'm a researcher. I want to know what it does. Like I just don't want to do it just because everybody's doing it. Like Mom used to say, if everybody jumped off a bridge, would you join them? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I'm the same way. I mean, of course, I'm a little skeptical because they did develop it in such a short amount of time. But when I say I want to get the vaccine, I'm not saying and I want the day after it's released. I'm not going to be able to physically get one, even if I did want it. Like, I see me getting this vaccine probably 5 or 6 months down the road still. It's going to be a while before I get it.
Because, like, when the new iPhone comes out, there's always
I'll just buy more masks.
Like, when the new iPhone comes out, there's always a problem. Like, there's always some kind of problem that happens the first batch. A couple of years ago, there was Antenna Gate where, like, the antenna of the phone was, like, causing interference. Now, on the new iPhone 12s, apparently there's, like, a text messaging issue. It's like, I don't want to be that. Like, let me be that person, like, a month. I'll buy the phone in January when they've worked out the bugs. They've done some updates. Same thing with the vaccine. Like, let me, let's get some people vaccinated. Let's let them get through wave 1, wave 2. Maybe I'll be like give me like 6 months to a year after the vaccine comes out and I'll think about it. I think I'll just wear a mask between now and then.
Yeah, I wear a mask anytime I leave my house, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what you got to do.
I mean, you have to. Some people don't, but you need to.
That's a whole other show.
Yeah, we won't get into that, but
that's a whole other show.
People.
Mm-hmm. So, what else is going on? Well, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving's what's today? Today's the 15th?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Already.
Have you started putting up Christmas decor yet, by the way?
I haven't. I still live at home with my family, so it's not my house. But no, my family has not put up Christmas decor yet. They actually wait. They probably won't put it up until first weekend of December. They put it up very late.
Our tree is up. We bought a new tree. I didn't know this, by the way. I knew, and
You
I
didn't know that you bought a new tree.
no. All I knew is that we were talking about getting a tree, and then I came home from work, and the tree was up. The tree was already up. It wasn't the box of the tree. The tree was already up. And they're like, "Hey, come help us decorate the tree." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, this tree! I didn't realize like you had already bought it. Tree's here." So we're gonna.
Pretty.
Oh yeah, it's I forgot what it's called, but it's like it's got that fake snow on it. You know, the fake white stuff on it.
Okay.
It's a thing. It's called something. I can't remember what it's called now. So we have that.
Yeah.
Our old tree is going to turn into an outdoor tree. We're going to put a tree on the porch this year. And then we're going to get a real tree for the dining room.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have 3 trees to decorate. And I haven't put the lights up yet. But in order to get to the Christmas decor for the tree, for the new tree, she had to pull everything out. So I have a dining room full of like big bins of all my lights. So every day I come home and I see these big bins. And if I go too many days with just staring at these big bins, I'm going to get a talking to. So I'm going to have to get on the roof. I'm going to have to put lights on.
Don't fall off the roof.
Again, that thing that we were talking about is very true in my household. I'm not very good on roofs. I don't have that tall of a roof, but I'm not very good on the roof. I don't know. I'm just not very coordinated. Not on the roof.
Most people aren't.
I don't know. But yeah, so Christmas decor season is upon us. We're here. We got, we went to a drive-through Christmas thing last night. Like, the drive-through lights. We did one of those last night. It was good. Country Christmas in Seagoville, Texas, in between Dallas and Terrell, where I live. Yeah, we went and did that. There's actually a lot of people out there. I've noticed that people are trying to get in the mood sooner. Mm-hmm. I think people just want to get festive. They just want to be happy. Like they want to get past some of this crap.
They want to prolong the holiday spirit, and I totally get that. It's been a hell of a year. I'm a Christmas fanatic already. Like Christmas for me starts November 1st, and you better believe that I am in the Christmas spirit right now. Anything to make me happy and festive and sparkly and fun, I'm doing it.
This is the one year I said I wasn't going to bitch about it. I was like, okay, I'm going to let's do it because this is that year where we need that happiness in our life. But I give some weird looks, but I'm biting my tongue. I'm doing my best to bite my tongue. Just like, let's just do it. Let's just go with it. Let's be Christmassy.
Yes.
I've seen Christmas movies already. We've been watching Christmas movies, I think, since the day after Halloween. So I'm trying. Mm-hmm. I'm doing my best. I'm not very good at it, but I'm doing my best.
Well, that's all we can ask for.
I know.
Well, and I know it's definitely a different kind of holiday season this year.
Mm-hmm.
And if you or anyone watching doesn't know what to do this Thanksgiving, or you want to see your family, you want to see your friends, you want to do this, you want to go here, it's different this year, and you have to take in consideration your health,
mm-hmm.
the health of your friends, your family. But luckily, the CDC has released this great blog with tips on what you can do this Thanksgiving to have fun, to still see friends and family, and keep everyone safe. So we can share the link, but if you just go to cdc.gov, search for Thanksgiving, and they have some great infographics on here, and it's just the normal stuff you've already heard. This is not new. Obviously, wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
That's a given. And make sure you wear your mask over your mouth and your nose. Not just your mouth. Don't wear it on your chin. These aren't chin diapers, okay? These are masks for your nose and your mouth, and you have to wear it over both, or else there's no point in wearing it. Stay 6 feet away from people. That's a given. I mean, if you live in a house with your immediate family, you see them every day, maybe you don't have to around them, but if anyone comes over, maybe don't give them a hug, don't shake their hands, wave, be like, I love you from a distance, but let's go grab some wine and we'll go sit in the living room apart and we'll catch up. That being said, wash your hands a lot. Some people maybe only wash their hands after they go to the bathroom. You need to wash your hands more. Keep hand sanitizer.
Some people don't even
around
wash
the
their hands when
house,
they go to the
use it.
bathroom.
That is so disgusting. Ugh.
We're calling you
If
out
only-
now.
And then they go, I wash my hands. You don't know. I wash my hands, and I clean my phone every day too. I take a disinfecting cloth and I clean my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't do that, and your phone is probably one of the nastiest things you touch.
I clean mine twice a day now. I used to not do it, but I clean it twice a day now.
Good. Okay, so yeah, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer. There's even tips on here if you are attending someone else's Thanksgiving, if you are leaving your house and going somewhere else. It talks about bringing your own food, take your own drinks, your own plates, and your own cups even, if you really want to be safe. Avoid going in and out of areas of the house where a lot of people might be. So, for example, the kitchen. If you're not the one doing the cooking or the main cooking, don't go in the kitchen. Let whoever's doing that handle that. You stay in the living room, stay in the dining room or the yard, wherever you're doing it. And it also talks about, like, if you're doing, like, let's say you're serving salad, right? Everyone wants salad. Use single-use options, like single, like, dressing packets. Have everyone use their own clean silverware to get food out of, or salad out of the bowl, or have one person put the salad on everyone's plate for them, and then that way no one's touching the same utensils to get the salad out of the bowl. Stuff like that, things you wouldn't think about.
I think what we're doing this year, my sister and my niece is a teacher, so obviously she's around people all day, and you know, I guess they talk about this kind of things. We're gonna do Thanksgiving outdoors. We're gonna do it out in the backyard. And we're gonna have basically table, like kind of at a wedding where you have table 1, 2, so forth. We're gonna have a table for each family. So like my family, my brother's family, my sister's family, my mom and dad. We're gonna have tables for all of us, and we're gonna have, I think, 2 people serving. So 2 people that are gonna do all this, all like you said, kind of like pre-making your plates. So like mom and my sister, I believe, are doing that. But it's like, yeah, we're gonna have tables for everybody. Every table's gonna have their own little station, basically, I guess is what we're trying to do. And we're going to do it outdoors. That's the plan. Now, God forbid it rain or something, and then we got to figure out plan B, but that's the plan, is to do it like that. Do it outside. Do it in the backyard. You know, because getting together
CDC
that way. Huh?
I was just going to say the CDC. I'm proud of you, Sergio.
Well, I wasn't even going to go to Thanksgiving. I'm not even going to lie to you. I was telling Myrna, I was like, I don't want to go to Thanksgiving. I'm freaked out by it. And then my sister called me and she goes, hey, we're going to do it this way this year. I'm like, oh, thank God. I wasn't going to come. I was just going to stay at home. Like, I wasn't going to go hang out with you guys. I love you guys, but I don't want to see you. So now I'm forced to go because now they have a reason. It's like, oh, screw it.
Well, a lot of people probably thought the same as you. Some people probably are just like, I love you, family, but I can't come. Like, we can't risk it. Let's not do it. Let's not put grandma and grandpa in jeopardy, or I don't want to, like, leave grandma and grandpa out because we know they can't come. Things like that. So they also put on here, like, options you can do if you can't typically be with friends and family. So obviously the most obvious answer, like, have a virtual Thanksgiving. You know, people are having virtual happy hours. Have a virtual Thanksgiving. Set up your laptop, set up your iPhone, your iPad, turn that camera on, set it down.
I don't want to ignore people on camera when I can, like, I don't know. It's more fun to ignore them in person.
Well, yeah. But if that's all you can do, then it's at least, it's an option.
It's true.
You know? And then I know a lot of activities people like to do on Thanksgiving. They like to have, like, you know, flag football games in the yard and things like that. Can't do that.
Not
so
allowed.
you guys can watch television, binge a TV show. You can play games, maybe not board games, maybe things like charades.
Yeah, you can't.
There are a lot of different fun
You
things.
can't do like board games. You can't do card games. You can't play dominoes. Yeah, you got to do like charades and Pictionary. I mean, yeah, and even Pictionary, you got to be like careful about it because you can't use the pen.
Everyone needs their own marker.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing. Jesus.
Another thing you can do, because what's right after Thanksgiving?
Christmas, Black Friday.
Black Friday. You can, okay, there are better Black Friday deals online than in the store, or at least the ones that are in the store are the same ones online. Just shop online. You can literally buy anything online. You can buy your groceries online. You can buy a mattress online. You can buy a drone online. Like, let's be real. Why even go to the store? Buy it online. And everyone's offering free shipping right now.
Because they all
You
want
don't
your
have to
business.
spend. Yeah, they want your business, so they're either offering just free shipping as a promo or a very, very low minimum order to get free shipping. Amazon, if you have Amazon Prime, you're golden. So it's just, you have so many options. So just shop online. Like, you could have like a virtual online shopping party with your family.
Ooh,
Like, that'd be fun.
that's what I'm talking
Like,
about.
if everyone's on the same Zoom call and they're all looking up, things to get, and you Zoom each other links to the best deals, oh, that's such a good idea.
See, and I was thinking about that in pre-show. We don't even have a damn Zoom. I guess we need to set up a Zoom.
I have no idea how Zoom
We're
works.
FaceTiming right
I can't
now.
set that up.
We're FaceTiming right now. We should
I'm
do
a
a Zoom.
Microsoft Teams girl.
I don't even know what that is.
Huh?
I don't know what Microsoft Teams is.
It's just a video chatting, IMing app through Microsoft.
We need to do a Zoom. I need to set up a Zoom for us. We need to set up a Zoom so that we can have guests. We can have virtual guests. Because if this is going to be our new norm, which I hope it's not, but if it is,
we would probably need a Zoom.
I know. And if it is, I'm probably not going to wear pants every time. Just being honest with you. just assume there's not pants on underneath. Today there's pants, but assume that there's not going to be pants moving forward.
I will keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep that in mind.
So, I guess that's going to wrap us up. Yeah, if I don't see you, but there's a chance I might, but if I don't see you, have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, everyone, in case we're not able to do another show next week, we hope everyone has a safe, happy, and healthy Thanksgiving. Do what you can, get creative, and just be thankful and grateful for what you have right now.
Yeah.
And we're grateful. Sergio, I am thankful and grateful for you. Thank you for putting all this together.
I'm thankful and grateful for me all
the
the time. Thank you. Thank you. It feels good to be wanted with anybody besides yourself. Thank you. Yeah, yes, this is like, I'm not thankful for me. I'm thankful for the ability to be able to do this. You don't realize how much creativity has to come into play to make this happen. It looks like, when you look at our setup now, it doesn't look as wild and crazy as it did even 6 months ago. But there's like a whole lot of ingenuity going on here. Like there's people that have thought about this. I mean, I didn't put this together. Somebody else did. I just stole their ideas basically. But like, all this technology is wild sometimes. Like, all this stuff that we got going on to make this happen. If this pandemic had happened like 3 years ago, we'd be screwed.
Yeah.
We'd have been screwed. Everything. Like Zoom. I don't think Zoom existed 3 to 5 years ago. Like a lot.
No, I think it did.
Well, it wasn't as like streamlined.
No, it didn't have all the capabilities.
Yeah, no. Be lucky we have a pandemic in 2020 and like not 1992. We'd have been screwed. Yeah. Pre-iPhone, pre-everything. No. So, yeah, no, thankful for family, thankful for friends, thankful for you. I got you here. We're here.
Thank you.
We get to see each other somehow. So, we're here. But yeah, we might be back next week. We might. I don't know. We'll see. But we're not gone. Like, we're not going anywhere. We're still here.
No.
So, I think it's
Never
going to...
far from you hot.
We what?
Yep.
What was...
No, we're good. We're leaving. We're done. It's over.
So, okay. Let's say thank you to the sponsors. Wave Space Audio. Thanks for the jams. East
Love
Texas Championship Wrestling, Ace Remodeling, KenyaLandAhand.org. KenyaLandAhand.org, let me talk about them real quick. They were primarily doing stuff in Kenya because that's where their foundation is. They're from the States, but now that they haven't been able to travel to go to Kenya, like, they're doing stuff remotely with them, but they're doing a lot of their focus on efforts here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So they've been doing a lot of stuff for the homeless people in Dallas and Fort Worth. So, KenyaLandAhand.org, check it out. They are trying to, like I said, spread the love, spread the word here locally because they can't go overseas. So, Kenya Lane Hand, special shout out to those guys. Young Ideas Dish. Thank you for providing some of the craziness that comes on to make this happen. That's it. So, on behalf of them, Local Game Store. Oh, the local game store. They are still here. They're still in full effect. They have not closed down. I hope they don't close down. And yeah, thanks to those guys. So that's
Appreciate
it.
Y'all.
Yes, that's it. On behalf of them and myself and this young lady here, let me go back to her. There she is. We're Law and
Bye,
Disorder.
guys.
We'll holler at you guys next time.
Peace.
Later.